What's going on, guys? It's Paige, and welcome to day number 3 of the Alfred Automation training. So today we're going to go over the Auto Engager, and I can imagine this is probably one of the tools that you decided to join the Alfred software for. So Auto Engagers are always really cool, and they save you an immense amount of time in the form of going through and priming your newsfeed for you. So for anyone who isn't familiar with what priming your feed is and what it does for your organic reach, so all I mean when I say priming my feed is scrolling through your newsfeed and commenting on and engaging with your friends' posts. Facebook is largely a you get what you give platform, meaning that if you don't engage with your friends, Facebook is going to see you're not very active on there, and they're not going to really show your post to anyone. So if you want to ensure you have the maximum amount of organic reach, you need to spend about an hour per day engaging with your news feed. So if that sounds like a lot of time and like that's not super realistic for everyone, it honestly isn't, and that's one of the biggest reasons I created the Auto Engager. So to get to the Auto Engager, just click on Tools and then go down to Auto Engager. So what exactly is the Auto Engager, and why is it going to save you so much time? So what this tool is going to do is it's going to scroll through your newsfeed and it's going to automatically comment and engage on your friends' posts for you with one of these pre-written responses. And you can type in anything you want here. The key really is to make it sound like it is coming from you or a real person, and it is not just a response that's coming from some kind of Facebook automation. To help you do this, I've included some basically canned responses in here. So you can do things like name or day right here in curly brackets, and you can also do name in curly brackets, and it'll insert that person's name or the day of the week. The big three we wanted to focus on, because 98% of responses are one of these three, are the likes, the hearts, and the cares. Honestly, the laughs, the wows, the cries, and the angry faces are basically never used, so don't sweat those too much. And once you type all of these in, go down to the bottom and click Update down here. That will save them, and then you'll be able to use them. If you skip one of these, it won't allow you to update it, and you won't be able to use the tool. Now that we've worked through why this is going to save you a lot of time, I want to explain a little bit more in depth exactly how this is working, so you just understand the entire process. So once you click Start Engaging, it will open up Facebook for you in the Facebook mobile version. From here, you don't have to do anything. You can click this button, leave the room, do whatever. Just let it run for a little bit. What it's going to do is scroll through your newsfeed for you and engage with random people's posts. Why it's set to engage with random people's posts and not just in order of whatever post is to simulate that you're actually reading these people's posts and only engaging with the ones that you liked, adding another sense of realism to this. And why I like this is because a lot of the time, if you're priming your feed manually, you're just scrolling through and engaging with everything, right? But because of that, you get kind of stuck in this feedback loop of people who regularly engage with your stuff and you regularly engage with their stuff, so you only see the content from a very small section of your friends list. When you go through and have Alfred prime your feed for you, he's engaging with random posts, meaning that you're going to start to see content from people you don't normally see. Some people's content, you might not even know you're friends with them. And this is a really good way to keep turning over more and more fresh leads that you're already friends with, so that you have new people to reach out to. You have new eyes always coming to your content, and you become aware of people that maybe you forgot about. Maybe you added them 6 months ago and you forgot you were even friends with them. But this is a really powerful way to kind of cycle through your friends list a little bit more that you normally would not see. So how is Alfred deciding which emotion it's basically drawing its response from? So for example, you see there's 37 engagements right here on this post. So let's stick with that for our example, 37 engagements. Alfred will decide whichever emotion to draw from based on whichever one has the most responses in it. So let's say that post had 15 likes in it, but it had 22 hearts in it. So based on that, Alfred would decide to draw from the hearts and post one of your 2 heart responses. That's basically how it works. It's pretty simple and straightforward. The only other thing really worth noting is the group engagement right here. So if you click it, it will engage inside of groups. If you have it white, it will not. I strongly recommend you do not turn this on, meaning keep it white, because group content is usually very specific and it's very obvious when there's generated response. Some best practices, I guess, or what I would strongly suggest you do, is that you run this for about 30 minutes per day, so 3.5 hours per week. So right before you go to post, well, an hour before you go to post, turn this on for 30 minutes, let them run, and then you should manually sit down and scroll through your newsfeed yourself and leave some more insightful comments. What this is going to do is it's basically going to kind of like balance it out, because eventually people will notice. If all you do is blast this all day long, people will notice that you are running software or some kind of automation. When you balance this out with real comments, it makes a lot more sense and it doesn't really come off like you're using anything. So this is kind of a nice little hack to fly under everyone's radar. In addition to that, I would suggest that you change up these responses slightly once or twice a week, paying specific attention to the first 3. So the like, the heart, and the care. All you really have to do is slightly change them. So happy day, have an amazing week ahead, instead of saying have an amazing week ahead, hope you have a fantastic weekend. Just little tweaks like that keep all these responses more real. So that's Alfred's Auto Engager. This is going to save you an immense amount of time, I can guarantee that. So now that we went through this, go ahead and click the link below the video and go inside the group and share some of the Auto Engager messages that you're using. Let's see if we can come up with some cool ideas together. See you guys tomorrow for the next training.